which is a teeny tiny little European country in the Balkans, kind of right across from Italy.
So we're staying in Kotor, which is a very small port town here in Montenegro.
It's pretty sleepy right now because of COVID, and there's a lot of restrictions. A lot of restrictions, but we're glad that we can still travel and still go.
It's still beautiful.
It's still so beautiful. So just want to show you that today. But first I want to show you our Airbnb. So our Airbnb is pretty amazing. This is our kitchen and dining. And we've got a really spacious living room. But our favorite part is the view. So we've had some pretty spectacular views in our travels so far. But this place, I think, tops all of our views.
City completely walled and fortified, but it also has a moat that still has water in it, which is unique and pretty cool. Sad how empty the streets are.
And the churches are closed too, which is unfortunate. I really wanted to go inside. But we're still here for a little bit longer, so maybe it'll open. But I didn't notice, because we've taken a stroll through here before, I didn't notice the detail on the carvings on the top of this church. It's really beautiful. It's super old, do you see? Layla's trying to gather all the cats of Kotor to feed them.
Cat tour.
Cat tour. So we've noticed a lot of palaces around here, which are basically just like, almost like city blocks, but it just has a family name and says it was their palace.
Can't help but think how much different this place would be if there were people and tourists and even locals hanging out around here. All the restaurants are completely shut down. There's only a couple open with takeout options. It's kind of odd though, because a lot of the gift shops and the random stores are open, but not restaurants. The city at first glance reminds me a little bit of Trigir. It may have been built around the same time period.
I did read online that this is one of the most preserved medieval towns in Europe.
Thousands of people come here every year, in a typical year, to walk around and discover the history and just the beauty of the town, but there's no one here. There's no one here at all. And it's almost creepy. And it's kind of sad, but it's still beautiful.
Yeah, it is. We'll have to come back, just like everywhere else. We'll have to come back. We have found a couple shops that are open here. One of it being a Turkish shop, which was really exciting to see.
A Turkish person owning it.
Yeah, so coming from Istanbul, it was cool to step into another town and see a lot of...
from Istanbul.
Yeah. So we're gonna hop in there real quick.
This is the Cats Museum, because Kotor is famous, or infamous either way, for having so many stray cats running around.
It's called the City of Cats, actually.
Yeah, I mean, the kids love it, for sure. But there's a museum.
But it's closed. I was gonna say, it's this square, I'm not sure what this is, but it's really cool because there's a mix of all sorts of different time periods, it seems like, with the old church, and then there's like a Venetian style building that's a little bit newer behind me. I like the eclectic nature of it all. Unexpected bit of culture, which we always appreciate. So one of the stores that were actually open here, what was it called, Layla?
Cats of Kotor.
Cats of Kotor.
It was all cat themed.
They had like cat themed shirts, bags. Layla found a really cool bag.
This is a few of the words in different languages for cats. So this is Montenegrin, yes. And then German, Swedish, and French, Turkish, English, Italian, and then Russian, I think. Chinese. We're just walking by this tiny alleyway and found the smallest, cutest little church. I think this isn't super functioning anymore, but it still looks pretty cool. Old school drawbridge. All the life that would be in the city is sadly not here, but hopefully soon it'll come back to life.
This place has been a lifesaver as far as dining goes.
Because it's the only place open.
It's the only place we've found that's really open every day. It's very, very good. Makes his own fresh bread.
And mayo. Homemade mayo.
Pizza dough.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good food here. Like there's seafood, but then there's also like burgers and pizza. And he gave me this chocolate.
Boop.
Bleep boop. Hey everybody!
Hiya.
I don't know why that's relevant, but
Yeah, it's an UNESCO. It's an UNESCO. How do you say that?
UNESCO. The eclectic. Ooh, bit of culture.